the end, or the beginning, not the end, of the Erewash.
This is the beginning and the end.
We came up on Tuesday and it's now Saturday, and we've been on these 2-day moorings for 4 days.
We had an appointment we had to get to.
A last minute emergency appointment we had to go to in London, so we called the CRT, and
they graciously said we could stay on here because we hadn't even been noticed the first time yet, so that was nice.
And the sad thing is that for the last 3 days it's been glorious, like unseasonably hot weather, and we've been in London and on trains.
And we come back on the day in which everything's cooling down and there's thunderstorms predicted for this evening. So good choice.
Which is a shame, but it's still going to be a good day.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a glorious day,
and
just not all of it.
In preparation for today's cruise, we have watched Journey with Jono's video on the Erewash this morning, which has prompted us to realise, well, he didn't find a tap at the end at Langley Mill, so we're now going to push back onto the tap here and fill up with water, even though we're nearly full. Just
to be sure. And having watched the video, I'm kind of feeling like we can just turn around and leave.
Well, we don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just watch Jono's video.
Yeah. Pleasant little mooring, except for it's right beside a field, which is right beside a quite major train line.
And we're looking at 5 massive cooling towers and a chimney.
Yeah.
But it's still nice.
Generally, everybody's been incredibly friendly. There's some great pubs down there. It's been a good little location to spend the majority of our time on, not here.
Yeah. So push back, get water. Then we're going to stop above the first lock. What's it called? Long Eaton Lock?
Not sure, actually. It's the one by the
park.
Well, the park and the old lace factory. And quite a sudden change from little low green and everything to these big industrial buildings on the left hand side and sort of walled in on the other side. But it's a short walk to a very large Tesco's.
Like an intimidatingly large Tesco's. Like go in and you might never come out again.
Yeah. Although
now, after watching Jono's video, I'm just excited to get to Langley Mill so we can go to Lidl and use their bakery.
Yes. We've discovered that we have an addiction to Lidl's bakery.
All right.
So it'll be a good trip today. I'm not sure exactly how far we'll get to, probably through what was called Islington. No, that's not right. What?
Isn't it Ilkeston or something?
Ilkeston? I don't know. It starts with an I. We go through New Solly, Long Eaton Lock, Long Eaton itself. Then there's Sandy Acre in the middle, and then above that is Ilkeston, right. And
then it's pretty rural after that, from what we understand.
Yeah. Today, starting early, heading up to probably just past Ilkeston, find a place to moor.
Yeah, there's a rain forecast at 4ish, so
it's not just rain. It's got the little lightning bolts in. It could be bad. We could be looking at like class 1 weather. I don't know.
All right, let's go and get water.
Yeah. Usually we have to get the great big reel of hose out just because of where things are placed, but this time it's really convenient. They're like right there, so we just need to use the one we usually use to feed the reel. Most exciting morning so far. We've gone tick over forever, past all of the boats and houseboats and everything before coming up the first lock here, where we're very surprising way, came around the corner and saw some water bubbling up from below the lock, way from far back. Thought another boat must be coming down, and we were like, oh good, we'll catch a boat that's coming down, the lock will be set for us. And it turned out there were volunteers who had opened it for us really early, which was really nice. Now we're here, stopped beside a large brick wall and a really large, what used to be, I believe, a silk factory. Yeah, definitely involved in textiles in some way. Asda, just down that way, and Tesco's. So Joe has headed over there. I have gone on a little hunt looking for George's ball. It has been lost. Sad times, George, your ball is gone. So we're here for probably about half an hour while Joe does a grocery shop, and then we will push on further up that way, up the Erewash.
Why we're still wearing sunglasses. We've had some spots of rain. I'm keen to moor up. Michael's wants to push up to find something better. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, and yeah, I guess so. Fair assessment. We were going through the last couple of blocks with somebody else, and they thought, or are still of the thought, that we're going to stop after them, but that they're in front of us.
So Michael's concerned that they'll wait at the next lock for us.
I'll just feel bad for it. They're stuck waiting there for us to show up.
In the rain.
And we never show up. So,
right,
it's my nice guy thing, getting in the way.
Whereas I'm just not nice.
Yeah, basically. Alright, so we're done for the day. Rain has begun. Not very much, but more is expected very soon.
And we decided to stop.
We decided to stop because it's about to get worse, apparently.
We're just this side of Ilkeston.
Yeah, and before the Gallows Inn, the darkly named pub nearby.
And we decided we didn't want to push through 5 more locks.
Yeah. We came through the last 3 with this couple who's behind us, which...
But you know what's weird is, like, we were told... Well, Jono's video, he didn't see, like, hardly any boats at all.
No.
And it's a very quiet canal. But the first lock, we had volunteer lock keepers. The next 2 locks we shared with the 2 guys, who were really lovely.
Yeah, they were great fun. And they turned around and we were going to be alone.
Yeah, and I was thinking it's a shame they're not coming any further. And then we get to the next lock, and we can see movement, and we think someone's coming down. But then the door opens for us, and we think maybe they're above the lock waiting to come down, but they're in the lock waiting to go up, and they spotted us and waited for us. So then we got to share the next 3 locks with them.
So we're right beside this great big field in which there's a large number of birds singing and a hill in the distance.
And there's a George just down there waiting to go and play ball.
Yeah. Industrial on that side, nice and comfy on this side. It's a good position for the night.
Yeah. It's been a really nice day. What do you think of the Erewash?
Oh, I actually really like it. I mean, the water's surprisingly clear. You know, it's not murky and impossible to see down, so I can watch fish and everything down there. And, you know, there's a bit of junk floating around, but it just feels cleaner.
And then, what was the place called? Sandy...
Unfortunately, there's all the dead rabbits.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead.
It's like massacre of rabbits here.
Sandy Acre or something. There's loads of old... And actually in Long Eaton, lots of old industrial brick
the great big factories. Yeah. And there's these just brick towers at the side of the road, and there's one that has been converted to be like a cell phone tower, except for some reason at the very base of it all the cables have been cut, so it's not actually doing anything, but it's like this old piece of industrial engineering that's really quite interesting, and then all of these new pieces of like radio antenna and stuff just strapped on, very utilitarian, with this line of metal siding that all the cables are. Hi.
And then we finally got to the mooring, and the man on the other boat, they'd moored before us, so he caught our rope, and then Michael went to take the rope from him and spent the next 10 minutes chatting while I ran backwards and forwards.
I'm petting a lovely dog named Oscar.
Oh yeah, talking about rescue dogs.
But I had so much confidence in her ability to moor up, considering she'd driven the last, mile.
I didn't drive the last mile. You drove the last mile.
I drove the last mile.
I did the bit before that.
Right, yeah. So she'd driven like a fifth of today's journey.
Yeah, I did 2 lots.
But I was totally confident in your ability to moor up. I was like not even worried.
It's not that I don't have confidence in my ability to moor up. It's just it's desirable to have some help rather than have you stand around chatting.
I was holding the rope and pulling you in the whole time.
Oh, thanks.
All right. That's what you do at the time.
No, it's not. I'm always on the lookout for ways to help.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Oh, and then at the last log that I was driving, I did the last log. I pulled over to pick Michael up, and this group went past, and this old man was like, "Women drivers." I was like, "Yeah, we're good, aren't we?"
And then the woman that was with him started giving him so much guff, because as she was walking past you, if you'd said that to me, I'd have thumped you. Not with that accent, because I don't know where that was from, but...
Yeah, she wasn't from Louisiana.
Yeah, well, neither was that, but okay, wherever it was from.
And it was just as I was like stepping off the boat with the rope after like pulling in perfectly as well. I was just like,
yeah, you did fine.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it really is raining.
Yeah, it's starting to come down. It's starting to develop.
So thanks for watching.
Yeah. Like, comment, clicky thing, dinosaur, subscribe. Gojiro. Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What? Train. Loud train. Like jousting, like boat jousting. We hold the land, so we pass each other at 4 miles an hour.
Oh, George! Don't worry, I'll edit that better.
And I found a whole bunch of snails which have been tricked by somebody pouring their water or beer onto the side of the plant into thinking that it had rained heavily and it was time to make a mad rush for the water side, which meant that they were, I don't know, about 80 snails just hanging out being crushed by all the passing bikes. So, save some snails. Weather, beautiful weather. Blue skies, little tiny bits of cloud and some contrails, which somebody will no doubt call chemtrails. Over here there's a very large number of tractor trailer trucks. What do you call them here? I don't really know. Lorry back ends. What do you call
Lorry
them?
back end.
Lorry back end. Forecasty thingy, which is not exactly the most reliable.
Michael has no faith in the British weather forecast.
No, I'm pretty sure the meteorologists here just cut up chickens and look at entrails.